got a special interview. He has been with the Amazon Camperforce going on his second year. And what was the application process like?
I don't think I spoke to a human being and maybe until the day I got there. Last year, Amazon nationwide gave everybody a raise.
So what are the work hours like? I'm Tom.
And I'm Cherie. And I'm Cherie. And we're Enjoy the Journey.
And this is EnjoyTheJourney.Life. Today we've got a special interview. We've got TJ here. You've been full-time with your wife and family for about 3 years, right?
Really close to 3 years now, yeah.
That's awesome. And he has been with the Amazon Camperforce going on his second year. And I know a lot of you have questions about how the Amazon Camperforce works. So I happened to run into TJ yesterday and he agreed to do this interview. Thank you so much.
No problem.
And just a little backstory, what made you guys decide to go full-time in your RV?
Well, we've always loved camping. We actually bought a small pop-up when we first started and just would go on the weekends with our one boy. And then we had another boy. And after my wife had her second one, she started to work from home a little bit more than she was before, and went to her boss asking kind of, hey, I like this outside the office stuff. Can I do it more often? And they were great with it and said, you can do it from wherever you want. So
wow,
that kind of gave us the kick in the pants that we needed. We decided to put our house up and start that process and see what would happen. And the house sold in the first week, so it pushed us a little more. Yeah, so
that's great.
So we got to do it. You know, we had the 2 kids in daycare and made my job a wash, basically.
Okay.
You know, the money we saved from not sending the kids to daycare. Now, that being said, while we're doing this interview for Camperforce, we still needed a little extra income. So there was always, my eyes were always out trying to look for something to bring in a little bit instead of just relying on my wife's salary.
Okay. Cool. So what kind of industry is your wife's job in?
She edits documents for the FDA.
Okay.
Works for Cardinal Health, and so the documents, you know, they're all electronic, so she can, so long as we have a decent Wi-Fi signal, she can work.
That's so true. There's so many jobs like this. We've been telling people on the channel this for a long time, that working in an office is becoming more and more obsolete with the internet.
It really is, and I think the office, you know, the higher ups are realizing that, hey, we don't have to pay for as much office space, we don't have to pay for desks and, you know, all this stuff. Still have to pay for computers and stuff, but you know what I mean. They can save some overhead there if they allow their people. You just got to find the right kind of person. Luckily, my wife is, you know, she's responsible. She sits down, does her work, works her 8 to 5 every day, and
okay, yeah, and you save on the commute time.
Yeah,
too.
definitely.
Even if you're still in a sticks and bricks, you might save a couple hours a day on commuting. So what made you decide to look at Camperforce then?
Basically just doing web searches for, you know, traveling money, making money on the road, mobile, you know, whatever, however you want to word it, to do those searches. And and it was one that kind of kept popping up. And, you know, I'm not a huge Amazon customer, but the time I used them, they've always been good, and they seem like a good company. So I started kind of looking into their Camperforce thing, and the more I found out about it, the more it sounded like, hey, we could probably do this. It's not an extended, you know, you're hired for the season, the Christmas season. So usually you can pick a start date somewhere in October, November, depending on the site you're going to, and you work up until, like last year, the first year I've done it, I think my last day was December 22nd. So they try to get everybody out before Christmas.
So the start time could be somewhere as early as September?
Yeah, September, October, November, right in there. This year, the original start time was November, but you know, I let them know when I was emailing them back and forth that, hey, if anything opens up earlier at this facility that I want to go to, let us know. And then they sent back another email saying, okay, we're going to take some sign-ups for early arrival, and told them which dates I could get there, and they said, good deal. So I got about another month of it, so it was nice. I went from November 14th to October 6th or something.
And you're getting ready to head there right now.
Yeah, we spent most of the summer on the Pacific Northwest, which was nice after spending the last 2 summers in Texas. So we spent the most of the summer up there, and we're just kind of trickling back down and headed that direction.
Okay. And what was the application process like?
It was online. Everything was online. I don't think I spoke to a human being and maybe until the day I got there.
Okay.
So it was just a normal application. I think they did ask for like pictures of your rig and stuff like that because they make deals with campgrounds. So there's only certain campgrounds that you can go to, you can stay at. They try to get them close to the facility and stuff like that. So I'm sure the campgrounds, they how campgrounds are about older RVs and stuff like that. So I think they did ask for a picture of our rig. And beyond that, it was just a normal job application. And
so not even a phone interview before you got there?
No, didn't do a phone interview.
Wow.
Didn't really do anything like that. I showed up at the orientation day, and I think I was one of 2 people in my particular orientation day that hadn't done it before. So there's a lot of return from Amazon. I think people that do it enjoy it. Last year was kind of a special year. They pay for your camping. Last year they paid for your whole campsite for the whole time you're there. And last year Amazon nationwide gave everybody a raise before we even started. So we went from I think what I signed up for was $11 an hour to Amazon nationwide said their minimum wage is going to be $15.50.
Okay.
So we got a good chunk of a raise right off the bat.
Right.
So I think that probably has a lot to do with this year they're on the campsites just doing a stipend for the month of $500 for your campground. So if you pick a campground that's more than that, you make up the difference.
Right, but there was quite a few in the area that were around
I think
500?
I only looked in the specific area where I was going, and there was, I think the cheapest one was like $550, so it's $50 a month out of your pocket. And I think the most expensive one was like $700 a month, so it's a couple hundred out of your pocket. Still not too damaging.
So what are the work hours like?
The work hours you work you're required to work 4 10-hour shifts.
Okay.
So 40 hours a week. During a peak time, they can require one more shift from you.
Okay.
So they can say you have to come in. Now, obviously, you get paid overtime for doing it.
Okay.
So they can require one more shift, and then there's an opportunity sometimes to pick up one more shift. So you have to work 40. They can make you work 50. You can volunteer to work 60.
Okay.
So
really,
the requirement for 50, in my case particularly, it has to do with the shift and the job that you're doing and all that. But they only required it one time from us, and then there was many times that I could pick up another shift.
Okay. And was it like real repetitive work?
It's pretty repetitive.
Okay.
What I was hired on to be a packer, which is basically bins, not too big. Bins about this big, normal bins come down a conveyor. I take a bin off. There's multiple items in it. It tells me what box to choose. I put the box together, put the items in the box, put some packing in it, seal up the box, and send it on down.
Okay.
Next one comes down. So it's pretty repetitive, that part of the job. I don't know other people's experiences, but I didn't actually do that job that often. They would send me to go do other like odd jobs, it seemed like to me, like going around picking up cardboard boxes and taking them to the trash, or just doing little other stuff. Hey, we need all these carts moved from this end of the terminal to that end of the terminal, and like just stuff like that. So I did that quite a bit, but the packing, the actual packing job is pretty repetitive. The other jobs they have a sort where I'm obviously didn't do these other 2 jobs, so I don't really know all they entail, but from what I saw, the sort was items are coming in, or stow, I guess it's called, not sort. The items coming in, people scan them in and then go put them in the right spot in this humongous warehouse.
Okay.
And then pick, which people get the orders and then have to go find the items and take them out of those boxes that the people that sorted them in. So then pick puts it on the conveyor, goes to pack, and pack sends it on.
Okay.
That's really the 3 jobs that I know of that they hire for.
And do you get regular breaks during that 10-hour shift?
Yeah, they do 15-minute breaks. I think it's every 4 hours or something like that.
You get a couple of those?
Yeah, you get 2 15-minute breaks and a half-hour lunch.
Okay,
something along those
unpaid
lines.
lunch, I would imagine.
Yes, it's an unpaid lunch.
But the 15-minute breaks are probably paid.
Yeah, you don't clock out or anything for those.
Okay. Any other bonuses?
Yeah, they like to do contests.
Okay.
Whether it be pack rate, how fast you're packing your boxes, or pick rate, and I don't know what that entailed because I didn't do it. So they do little contests like that. You might win a raffle ticket. They did a big raffle at the end. They gave away all sorts of stuff at the end for a raffle. I think, if I had to guess, probably almost everybody got something.
Okay.
I won a raffle and got like a pullover sweatshirt, just stuff like that. But they were giving away iPads and Amazon Alexa stuff and all that, their stuff.
So there's some, even though it's maybe repetitive work, they try to do some things to make it a little more fun.
They do sometimes. I mean, they do it at the beginning and sometimes at the mid-shift stuff. They'll kind of try to hype you up to get going, and everybody runs back and does their thing.
Okay.
You're kind of just on your own throughout that time period.
So where is the program at? What state? And is it more than one facility, or is it just one?
Yeah, they have. I don't know how many they have total.
Okay.
I know the first year I signed up, I think there was 4 different states. And I know of Texas, Tennessee, and Kentucky. I can't remember where the other one was. I think it was still somewhere in the Midwest. I think this year they actually added an Arizona site. I don't know if they lost any sites. I didn't really pay that much attention because I just wanted to go back to the same one I was at, which is Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Okay.
I was familiar with it. We were familiar with the campground we're going to and that sort of stuff. We liked it. We enjoyed it. The weather was pretty good most of the time.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, Amazon is always growing, and they seem to be building new facilities all over the place. So I think there's a website for the application.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about it in previous videos. I'll make sure there's a link down below if you want to take a look at it. It probably will have all the information that you need. And well, thank you so much for talking with me today,
no problem.
TJ. I appreciate it, and wish you safe travels going forward. And if you guys have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down there. And if you have questions about the program, definitely comment below. And I know there's other people out there that have worked for Amazon. If you have the answers, certainly comment below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And we will see you guys in the next video.
Safe travels.
Wow, one take. Look
Not
at that. Yeah, coming in at about 12 minutes there.